Oh. Hello and welcome to another live stream. It's been a while. The last 2 weeks, I've been doing some in-person masterclass coaching, and it's been awesome. It's been a lot. I'm exhausted. I got back a couple days ago, but my family was traveling, so I really only just got home today, actually, with my kids. So it's been a wild couple weeks. It's exhausting to dig deep inside myself and pull out all of this knowledge. Those are keys to pull out all of this knowledge. You want to say hi? Say hi. Hi. Hey, Jorg. Jorg was there. Yeah. So we had a lot of the regular live stream guests in the masterclass weeks, and yeah, it was really awesome. It was really an awesome experience, an awesome time. There's so much improvement and stoke, which yeah, I love to see. It's what makes it rewarding for me, and so that I can keep doing it. Hey. Hi, Max. Hey, yeah, so we missed a few of these live streams, so I want to just jump right in to the Facebook group. I got to get it loaded up here. Get it loaded up. And hold on. I haven't done this in a couple of weeks. I've got to remember how this works. And remember that you can ask your questions, comments, all of that stuff. You can interrupt me. I'm just going to work my way through the group. We've got quite a bit to go through. Yeah, small kids got to go in bed. They just were driving and he fell asleep in the car, and then he woke up. So hopefully he goes to sleep again. Hey everyone, Ragnar, Rasmus, Eric, Hans. Hey buddy, you want to go to Mama? Go to Mama. No. All right, I'm gonna load up the Facebook group and get right into it. I hope you guys are good. Yeah, so Hans and Ragnar and Jorg were all on masterclass weeks that we just came out of. Yeah, it was an awesome experience. I was stoked. Hans did great. Jorg did great. Ragnar did great. They really put in their all, and I think that some of these guys, they had life-changing sessions. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Ragnar, I think, had the wave of his life. It was over a minute long, the wave ride. Jorg had an awesome off the lip. Hans had a transformation in his bottom turns. So yeah, it was awesome. Really an awesome week. Yeah, Tomas, I have not recovered yet. I haven't yet recovered yet. I've got a few days more to recover, and then it's time for Silk. All right, let's pull up the Facebook group. All right, here we go. And yeah, I'm just going to go right through the Facebook group. And hey, Suna. Yeah, Suna also was there. Suna did an awesome job. All right, let's just go through. So, Bore is talking about 4 words and has been doing 4 words. His journey started when he was 50, after becoming 50. Cool. He's up in Norway. Here, let's watch the video. Boom. Awesome. That's a really nice rotation, too. Hey, buddy. I got to do my live stream. Why don't you go to Mama and show her the zebra? Okay? Yeah, awesome rotation. Awesome rotation. I love it. Great. Great motivation. Yeah, cool. 4 loop is something that's really accessible. Hold on, I just got to take this guy to his mama. We haven't seen each other a few weeks because I was up in Denmark doing the coaching. So you missed me, huh? Yeah. Yeah. All right, I'm just gonna take this guy. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. All right. Yeah, Hans was also there. 2 Hanses. All right, so then next up, so the forward loop. This is awesome, great motivation. I love it. My philosophy with loops is it's less about a big jump off a cliff. It's not so much about a fear practice as much as it is learning it step by step, so you get really good technique, so you're never too scared on each step. And so it's going to be scary, but it's doesn't have to be like jumping off a cliff. All right, next up, Eric has been in Pozo working on his tacks, and so he makes this tack. It's a nice tack, but he feels like he's a little bit too far forward on the board, and has some questions about that. So the thing with the tack is, as long as you have most of the elements there, you're gonna make it. And there's a few key elements. Got to plug my course. If you want to learn how to tack, if you want to improve your tack, you can take Fast Tack Secrets. It is just my.windsurfingmasterclass.com, and from there you can find the course Fast Tack Secrets. You can learn a lot of different aspects to the tack, and one of the key aspects is how the sail moves, and you really want it to go forward or back and then forward across the board in an L shape. And one of the ways that we can help do that is by grabbing the mast going into the tack, which gives you a lot of good control over the sail. Now, how you grab the mast, how you do the handwork is not crucial. There's a lot of different ways that you can do the hands, but grabbing the mast before you go into the tack does allow you to push the sail farther back, which makes more space for your body, which allows you to go around the mast, not so far on the nose, and then also gives you a good handle to push the sail over the board, closing the door so that you don't have to you don't have to rush to the new side, which also looks like a little bit what's happening here. So these are small refinements, small things that you can change, but overall it looks really good, Eric. All right, so Mateo wants to fix his Quattro Pyramid, and he wants to get the color right. I've been surprised just putting on white auto paint, white epoxy auto spray paint, and how much it matches the white that is in windsurfing boards. So you want to use, it's like auto epoxy spray paint when you're fixing it. That's what you want to use. It's an auto paint, like a car paint. But otherwise, I'm sure you can take it to a local board repairer or board maker if you have one, and they can do it as well. But it's an auto epoxy paint, like a car paint, and I've used that to repair different boards, different white boards, and just the white that you get in your auto supply shop works pretty well. But this is a good suggestion from Tomas to just email Quattro. They should tell you. All right, I love these windsurfing advice, small things that are easy to implement that have a big effect. I love stuff like this because it's easy to do and improves your life right away. Long lines, push the rig away doing the fast tack, grab wider in the bottom turn. Lots of really good bits of advice here. Moving the boom, front hand closer to the harness lines. Lots of things here that are super helpful. Jakob says, look where you want to go. Yeah, awesome. Using time block learning. Edwin, live near a windsurfing spot. Yeah, that's a good one. Go low before you go. That's from one of our masterclass weeks. Pascal was with us in Tenerife. Yeah, awesome. Lots of good ones here. I want to go through these again. I have been going through them. I'm going to go through them again. Here, Edwin, who's a looper. He relearned it with me and then quit doing them, but it's been going kind of back and forth with the loops, and he found this helpful, this video from Pons. Thanks for sharing. Oh, this is more discussion about Eric's tax. All right, on Tron is looking for a small board between 64 and 67 liters. If you don't have one, if you haven't found anything yet, because I can reach out to some of the women that I know on the world tour and some of the smaller guys. For example, Thomas Traversa will have boards in this size. Some of the other guys will have boards in this size. So I can see. But if you haven't found it yet, shoot me a message. All right. Has been working on his forwards. Awesome to see. Look at that. Cool. So he did a coaching with Pozo Winds, working on the forward rotations. It looks like he's getting a really nice horizontal rotation. Looks solid. I think if you do this a few more days, you'll get more comfortable in this rotation. Then it's time to start working on improving the technique. One, you want to jump a little bit higher. Two, you don't want to throw your body out so far. You want to really stay upright in the forward loop. You can be a little bit leaned back, but you want your body to be the axis of rotation. So you don't want your body to be doing a big spin. You want more everything, the gear, to be spinning around the body. And then it's really helpful for getting that height if you go small to tall as you're going off the ramp to ball. So when you're in the air, you ball up. So small to tall to ball. And that really helps. So you do a little bit of the small, a little bit tall, a little bit of the ball, but you can exaggerate that. And then also go off of a bigger ramp. You really go for this kind of X with your body and your arms. Then you pull everything in, and that helps get these flat water forwards nice and whippy. So see how here your arms stay tight to your body. You can really throw everything up, extend your legs, extend the sail up, you're sheeting out slightly, and then you sheet everything in, and really think about leading with that back shoulder, leading with that backhand, and getting that head looking over that back shoulder. So you can see that your head is looking forward, but of course you're rotating downwind, so that means you're not looking where you're going. And so if you get that head looking back, then you're looking where you're going. You can do that already going off the ramp. You don't have to wait till you're in the air to do it. Those three things, Eric, will make a big difference. But right on, this is a huge progression. Cool. All right, here's a survey, but it's from the IWT, but we don't know what it's being used for. No answer yet. Oh, that's a photo of my dad. That's funny. That's my dad in '88. Hokipa. An old Eric Ader photo. Oh yeah, Eric. Yeah, awesome journey. I want to keep hearing more about it, and I hope that what I just said there makes sense, technique-wise. Here's a wave from Hans. So this was in our masterclass in Denmark, and yeah, Hans was ripping. One of the concepts we were talking about that helped get here was that the bottom turn is your work, and the off the lip is the wave's work. So you shouldn't be working hard in your off the lip. If you are, you're doing it wrong. So the off the lip is done by the wave, and you have to get your board up in the wave so that the wave can do that work. That's your job, the bottom turn. So instead of trying to go and do that off the lip yourself, it's instead just getting that board there, getting that high five moment, getting the bottom of the board curled in the wave, and let the wave do the work for you. And then, of course, the more speed you have, the better. So this is a great example of pieces coming together. Yeah, really cool, Hans. All right. Oh, here's another wave from one of the windsurfing masterclass weeks. So this ride is over a minute long. This is one of the best waves, I believe, that Ragnar's ever had in his life. And yeah, I don't blame him. It's an amazing wave. We had this session in Handsome, and we were the only ones there for at least an hour and a half, 2 hours before other people started to show up. They just didn't read the forecast right, and I thought it could be good, so we took a chance and showed up early, and boy, was it amazing for these first couple hours. Side offshore, head high waves, um, and for Ragnar, one of the big things was we were just working on getting that connection to the wave and trying to flow with it, flow with the wave, get the connection, and try to get these board sensations that are easier to find when the conditions are side off, um, so that then we know what they feel like, and then we can look for them when the wind is onshore again. And so, yeah, awesome wave there from Ragnar. Still going, still going, still going. Awesome. Cool. Okay. Next up, Paul has been working on his forwards. Sound up. So the last video we had from Paul, the camera was not really allowing us to see what was going on. The Insta360 was moving around, the view was moving around. So let's see if this view is better. All right, there's a tack. Looks like Paul is taking my tack course because he's putting in all the elements that we talk about. I see the claw, the master grip, the inner ballerina, the footwork. Though I do want to see, Paul, this looks good until that point. But what I do want to see in your footwork, so there's two things I want to add. One is, remember, eyes on the prize, eyes on the prize. So here you've got your head looking a little bit at your hands. You want the eyes on the prize, looking where you're going to go, really aggressively over that shoulder. It does two things. One, it is looking where you're going, which is always a good thing. And two, it's sort of a wind up, because then you're going into this pirouette spin, and having that head looking the other way helps give you power and momentum going into the other side. And then for your footwork, you want this back foot to land between the straps. If it's landing up front here, your weight is possibly too far forward, and that's going to sink the nose or throw you off balance, which looks like something that's starting to happen here. Wider stance is a more balanced stance, so it's easier for you to get balanced. So I like stepping between the straps, and that head movement will help you. Looks like you've got good sail control. The third thing I would add, which is actually the most important, though the others are important too, eyes on the prize, and getting that footwork so that this back foot lands between the straps so you have a nice wide stance, is waiting before you sheet in. Remember, early is better than late. You want to get balanced. What I've been saying lately is take a coffee break. Get balanced, take a coffee break before you try to sheet in and go off. There's so much time in the tack once you get to that new side. You really want to get everything stabilized, and then you get the board pointing in the new direction, and then you can sail off. But solid. I can see a lot of the, whoa, look at that. Whoa. I hope that didn't hurt too much, because your technique looks solid. You've got a few things you can work on, but there's a lot of elements here that are good. Getting that sail open, you're looking with the head. It's hard to say from this angle, but it looks like you're not sheeting in enough, and you could have a wider grip on the boom, which would be helpful. And really think of that forward loop like a twist, like a 360 twist. And so you go off the ramp. Yeah. Let's see, you go off the ramp. Remember, small to tall to ball. And really get a wide grip and lead with that back shoulder. Oh, this is something else. This is a jibe. Nice jibe. So it looks like a wider grip and sheeting in more, combined with what you're already doing, is going to be really effective, Paul. So Eric's asking if he's bending his front arm too much. All right, let's watch the video again and see. It's pretty bent. It's almost like it's going into a tabletop forward. But then as long as you push that thing out again, yeah, that arm could be straighter. I think of it, though, as the rotation more being driven by the back arm and the back shoulder, and then if you focus too much on that front, what's going on in the front, it's counterproductive because you really want to be focusing on this back shoulder, the head, which it looks like he's doing, but having a wider grip and then really pulling in on the sail hard. And think of it not so much like sheeting in as like you're trying to pull this sail around you. Because sheeting in, you can think of like this, which is not what you're doing. You're trying to like, with a lot of force, really pull that whole thing around you in the rotation. Max is saying the boom looks really high. I agree, the boom does look really high, but it's hard to tell with these action cams. But yeah, the boom does look high, or the harness lines, something with the harness lines. Maybe the harness lines are short. I don't know. It does look kind of high. There's just something that, but high boom's not bad for jumping. Eric says he's clinging on as if his life depended on it. That's funny, Eric. Rasmus says, looks like he's leaning too much back. Yeah, he could be leaning a little bit too far back, but leaning too far back is better than leaning too far forward. You see most people, and they're leaning too far forward, kind of going into this somersault rotation, which is what you don't want to do. And just refining this technique, Paul's going to have a really nice horizontal rotation, which is awesome. The main thing is just sheeting in more, and you can really punch that front arm too in the rotation. Think of it not like sheeting in. Think of it like you're trying to torque something around. You're trying to torque the whole sail around your body in a 360. It's much more aggressive than sheeting in. All right, Mark has been watching the light wind at Pacas Mayo. Oh, I think we already talked about this. So light wind techniques for, oops, sorry, gotta go back. I think it was light wind techniques for sailing out. And I put my front foot in front of the mast often. I try to stay light on the board. I really hang from the boom. I stand on my toes. Back foot in front of the front foot straps. I almost never do that. It depends on how the volume is in your board. My boards are not really set up for that. All right. We already talked about this with Mael. Are we caught up? It's crazy if we're caught up already. Amazing. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, so we had some awesome conditions and stuff going on in the masterclass weeks, and now I've got to get ready for Silt. If you guys want any inside information from Silt, let me know. I don't know what that could be, interviewing other riders or information about the competition, but just let me know, and I try and see what I can do. Hey, Patrick. Ooh, some 4-0 days on Cape Cod. That sounds cool. Sounds fun. Yeah, and I'm going to try and distill and write down all of the things that I learned as well over the last couple of weeks with these 2 master classes about what works the best and different tips. I really like this concept of the work of the bottom turn is your job, and the work of the off the lip is the wave's job. All right, some quick questions here. Is Coster fit for Silt? I'm not sure, but he's going to be there. Eric asks, virtual leaders of the various World Cups. I don't know what you mean by that. What do you mean by virtual leaders of the various World Cups? Explain what you mean. Another concept, so about wave selection. I love this one. It comes from Mark, and he was on one of the masterclass weeks, and I was talking about wave selection, about how important it is to really wait and not just come in on any wave and try to select the wave, get in the rhythm of the waves. And the epiphany came to him, and he said, I realized that surfers don't just paddle out and paddle right back in. They sit out there, they wait for the wave. And that's a really good analogy and a really good comparison. So you want to do that if your focus is on riding waves. Rasmus, looks like I'll probably come over on Thursday, but let's see. Looks like Wednesday could be good, but I don't think I'll be ready in time. Eric, you're saying virtual leaders for slalom where they sail a bunch of heats. They have that. They update that. So if you go on the PWA page, you go to the event, and then you go to the results for the men's slalom, and it will be updated for the current elimination. So they do up to 11 eliminations or something, and it's updated after every single one. So they do have that there, so you can see it. Max, what gear am I going to take? So I'm going to take my Ezzy waves, probably 3.7 to 5.5. I don't think I'll take a 5.8, but I could. But I'll probably just take up to 5.5, and then I'll take 2 88s and a 96. So I've got an 88 production to curve and a 96 production to curve. Is it 96 or 94? Anyway, those 2 production boards, and then I have an 88 custom that I really like, and that'll have me covered for all the conditions. And 3 booms. I'm a little bit lighter on gear. In past years, I would take more boards and booms, but I'm a little bit more relaxed with the events this year, and it's a lot more relaxing to have less gear to set up and take there. Cool. All right, guys, I'm going to sign off. Remember to post your videos, comments, questions, photos, all of the above in the Facebook group for next week, Sunday. If you have any questions about the World Cup or about the masterclass weeks that I just taught in Denmark, post it in the Facebook group, and I will discuss next week, Sunday. All right, everyone, take care. Have a good week. I hope it's windy. Bye.